Hi friends, Maga Supreme here coming at you guys with another reading. So for today's reading, I am continuing in my Zodiac series. For this particular reading, we have 3 more signs to choose from. And on top of that, I actually allowed and became much more specific about whether it be for sun, moon, or rising. So I did include that each one of these signs can be read for sun, moon, or rising in my intention for this video. So go me for remembering to put that energy into this. But yeah, this is going to be another pick a card reading. And the card that you're picking literally has your sign on it. So pick the card that matches your sign. The time steps are always in the description box. So that way you can just go and skip right to your sign. So the signs that we have presented today for this reading are Sagittarius, Pisces, and our Aries. Remember that this is a reading for sun, moon, and rising of each of these signs. So if you are a Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising, then this reading is for you. So let's see what we got here for you, Sag. Full disclosure, I might have, pulled cards and looked at them a little bit, but I didn't actually dig too deep for interpretations. But, and I will say this, I do have a vague idea about what some of these are about. And for you, Sagittarius, like the main... Sorry, my nose is just keep getting stopped up. But the main thing that we got for you, Sagittarius in particular, is the Not For You card. Now, the Not For You card speaks of actually recognizing when something is just not working. Like maybe, no, I don't want to give examples, but recognizing that something isn't working when there is a door that's closed on you. And even and you can even see it in the fortune card, in the fortune cookie, it says, nope. So this is about recognizing when something isn't working or where a particular path that you might want to go is blocked and is not meant for you to access. That's what I got here. For you in particular, Sagittarius, I think this might have something to do with work, but if it's not like a work thing, then just take this reading with however or wherever it applies in your life. But for the most part, I got the feeling that this might have something to do with like work or a job or deciding whether a job is for you. But we'll get into the rest of the cards. So next card that I pulled was Pluto, my stalker. Every time I touch this deck, every time I pull planets, Pluto is guaranteed to be at least in one of the mix. Pluto is the planet of dark secrets, transformation, change, and what else? I think that's mostly what I know Pluto as. Secrets, death, rebirth, change, all that stuff. And what I'm really getting here from the Pluto coming in with the Not For You card is that there is a change that's gonna happen for you. And it might really be a big change in your life. I get the feeling that what's going on here, or at least what your particular message is about, Sagittarius, is recognizing that something isn't for you and making a change. But with Pluto showing up, and then we even have the Judgment card here, I get the feeling like making this change might be easier said than done for you. This might be you realizing that something that you've always done or something that you did is just simply not working for you anymore, and you need to move on and change and do something else. The other feeling or inkling I got is that maybe this is about a relationship. Like this could be a thing, Sagittarius, if you're feeling unfulfilled, unhappy in a relationship, you feel like you've tried everything and it's just not working. The next step is to actually leave. Actually leave the situation, leave the relationship and search for something that might be a little bit more harmonious for you. Especially with this card here is trine sextile. It's particular aspects of planets. For those of you who are more leaning in the astrology realm. A trine or a sextile aspect is an aspect where at least like I think it might be like three or more, or like maybe two or more planets are like situated from each other in like the perfect angle where it kind of makes like, because you some of you guys see those birth charts where there's like lines going anywhere. It might make certain triangles, or it might be very harmonious. Either way, without me getting too much into it, a trine shows that the energies are working in harmony, supporting, buffering each other, and feeding off each other in a good way. And what I'm really getting here is that this is what you need to search for in your life, Sagittarius. You need to find stuff that like supports you, where you can pull from them. That they in whatever the situation or person is, they can pull from you, and you guys work together to support and uplift each other. You know, where your energies mesh well, it works together, and it's not difficult or too difficult to do so. I think that's something that you really need to strive for and search for in your life, Sagittarius. And wherever this not for you card, because that is the crux of your reading, whatever is just starting to become more difficult, starting to seem like it's just not working, it's starting to seem like maybe this door is shut. I keep trying and trying and nothing is happening. I'm getting nowhere. This this is the sign that you need to search for something else, and this is what you need to look for: something that's supportive, something that boosts you and bolsters you, something that's not difficult. If it's incredibly difficult, then sometimes, we like to say, oh, it's just for us to persevere or push through. But if you stay tapped into your intuition, you'll know sometimes if a path is difficult, like unnecessarily so, then it's just like, God, Father, Spirit, the universe, whatever you know it as. It's like the universe's way of trying to steer you away from this path. Like, no, this is too much. Like this just not for you. Sometimes hard work and effort is needed, but if it's like to the point to where it's like feeling like it's dragging, agonizing, it's pulling you out of character in a bad way, then that's the sign that something's just not for you. And again, not only do you need to look for situations that like where you can support and bolster yourself, or people support and bolster you and you do the same for them, but you also need to find situations where you're actually appreciated. And I get the feeling like that's really like the big problem here, uh, Sagittarius, is that you don't feel appreciated where you are at all. Whatever this situation is about, whether it's about work or a relationship or life in general, I don't know. Take it how it resonates for you, Sagittarius, because there's probably many of you who are going to watch this video. But if something's just seeming like it's not working, it's not working. Trust that. You need to go somewhere where you are appreciated, where people support you and you can support them, and you guys build together in a way that's not difficult. And I think that's the big part here. If it's like extremely difficult, Sagittarius, don't waste your time with it. Go look for something else. The appreciation card is because it's Leo and the moon in Leo. And with a Leo moon, you become much more like naturally charismatic, more creative, expressive, um, and definitely becoming much more seeking of recognition, of status, and things of that nature. This might be something that you really don't think too much about, like status and recognition, Sagittarius. But I'm getting the sense here that that might be something that, you might want to look for. Or even if it's not something that's right to you, you might need to seek out a person of status or who has a great reputation in the community or something like that, and turn to that person for advice or solace or something. But the fact of the matter is I get the strong sense and the feeling, because I just had to elaborate on the many ways that this card can be read. But me personally, I get the feeling that this is about you finding a place where you are appreciated, Sagittarius, where people recognize the work that you put in, recognize your contribution, and I want to support you just in the same way that you've been supporting them. So whether it's a relationship or a job. So that's what I really get from this card, Sagittarius. Now, when I look down at your tarot, we have the Seven of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and at the bottom of the deck, you had Judgment. So now looking at these cards, with the Seven of Wands here, you see this woman is standing alone and she's fighting off so many other people. I get the feeling like maybe where you are now, Sagittarius, you're not getting the recognition, you're not getting the things that you deserve out of a sense of jealousy. There could be a fact that the people around you, or even the person you're with, or something like that, whatever, however this applies, the fact of the matter is you got haters. Sagittarius, you have haters. You have people who are probably banding together to come against you. You have people who are probably in cahoots against you. And you have a position where you are kind of like on your own and you're facing like a difficult or impossible situation. The Seven of Wands is about someone having a position of authority or having a top spot and people coming for that spot. This is the card of like fierce competition. And it's, well, I won't call it competition because it's right after the Six of Wands where you had your victory. These are losers, okay? These are the people that couldn't beat you. These are the people that couldn't outperform you or something of that matter. Or this is the person that can't exactly measure up to you. And now, instead of just like trying to better themselves or something like that, or better, learn their job better or whatever, they're banding together and they're just coming to to slight you and to do things. And that's what I'm getting here with the Seven of Wands. Whatever the situation is, it might be a little bit more difficult or seem like you're fighting an uphill battle in a sense. What I'm getting here is that it might be time to fall back, Sagittarius. Fall back, relax, reevaluate, and rethink. And I think that's the problem here. I know some people, and I'm one of them, that if I am in a top spot and I have people coming at me, I would welcome the challenge and I will be happy to take on my challenges and constantly, stay in the spotlight and do my thing. But that's just because I have an Aries rising, an Aries placement. And I have an Aries Mars. So I'm not a person that run away from competition, shy away from it. In fact, I welcome it and I will go head to head with people. But I'm getting the feeling here for Sagittarius that just might not be for you. You might need to exit this situation, Sagittarius. If not to just keep your peace, but just so that you can like really reevaluate where you are. Like, is this the type of environment where you want to be in, where instead of everyone supporting each other, helping each other grow, and having a harmonious like type of atmosphere, where there's people that are just kind of jealous. They want to bring you down a peg, take you down a notch. They want to be in the top spot and not be there with you. There's no sense of teamwork or something like that. You really have to think to yourself, if this is where I really want to be. And as a matter of fact, even without you thinking, Spirit itself is saying, no, this isn't where you need to be. This is not for you. It's not. It's not. So a change is needed here, Sagittarius. It's because with the Queen of Pentacles here, you are someone that's actually could be very well set in the physical world. You could, even though the economy is tanking and stuff like that, there are still people that are doing relatively okay. And you could be one of those people that are doing relatively okay. You can be a very kind and nurturing person, a generous person, and a person who gives. And those kind of like traits of you being someone well put together, kind, nurturing, supportive, those kind of beautiful traits are what propelled you to the top spot. But it's also those same traits that have people come to you, smile in your face, keep their hands out for your wisdom, your knowledge, and what you have to offer, but secretly start trying to plan your downfall and secretly try to take your spot. That's what's happening here, and that's exactly the vibe that I've been getting from the energy and the cards here. You are much more valuable than what you probably, I don't know, Sagittarius. I'm just saying you're more valuable than what you know, but you probably already know how valuable you are. I wouldn't put it past the Sagittarius to have a high sense of self. That's pretty indicative of most of the fire signs. And then finally, with your bottom deck card being Judgment, this can go many different ways. But one, I think this is about you trusting your judgment of character, Sagittarius. One thing Sagittarius are really good at is like knowing people, or at least just like experiencing people in many different ways. I think that you need to trust what you've probably been feeling, this lack of appreciation. Maybe there's some snake energy around in this situation. Things just aren't what they seem, and it seems off to you. And the people seem off to you, Sagittarius. Trust that. Trust your feeling and trust your gut. And now's the time to fall back, reevaluate, and then eventually act and move in a different direction. The Judgment card also speaks of trusting your intuition, being more tapped in now more than ever. And this could be the fact that you've probably been getting signs, or maybe you've been having this inkling lately that things aren't what they seem. Maybe this isn't for me. And with the Judgment card coming out is letting you know, like, this is coming from somewhere higher. Like, these thoughts didn't just like start occurring randomly. There was a bunch of evidence to support this kind of claim that you're thinking or that you're feeling, but you either can't put your finger on it or you're writing it off as something else. The Judgment card is here to tell you that you need to trust your judgment. And honestly, truly, one thing that stuck out to me is that the Judgment card doesn't have any sense of timing. It's just that the Judgment card is permanent. That whatever the Judgment card is talking about is going to affect your life, and it's going to be a permanent thing. So I'm getting the feeling here that this move, this shift away from whatever job, relationship, or whatever the situation is about, there's no time frame set on for when you need to do this, but it's just that this needs to be done, and it will be permanent once it's done. Whether it's resolved positively or negatively, that impact will be long lasting and permanent. So yeah, you don't want to get your hands on or get control of this situation, especially since you've been into it and your intuition been telling you about it. You see this reading now, Sagittarius. There's enough signs here for you to like at least take some sort of action. And then finally, for your reading, Sagittarius, I've asked for a little bit of advice for you guys. And what I got here is the Wheel card, which is funny. So the Wheel card is about your network, the people that you know, your ability to network, to schmooze, to win people over, which we've already established is actually quite good because you're in the top spot. What the Wheel card and your advice is to start trying to aim for higher positions, or even just start talking to people that are a little bit higher up on the ladder, people with status, people that own businesses, successful businesses, I should say, people who are doing extremely well in life, maybe like you, or extremely well or better than you in life. And those are the people you need to talk to, the people you need to impress, the people that you need to be around. Because it seems like the people that you are around now, whether it's in work or your relationships or whatever, the people that you are around now, you're kind of like almost the cream of the crop of them. And it's now at a point to where there's nothing left to gain from this situation, nothing left to gain from this, and it's time for you to move on and find people that are on your level or higher and ingratiate yourselves with them. Your advice, Sagittarius, is that you might find appreciation with people who are a little bit more high-minded, a little bit more higher in status, and people who are a little bit better well off, or a little bit more well off. That might be where your tribe is, where the group that you need to look to at, the people that you need to be around. That might be those kind of people that you need to hang out with, get to know, and schmooze. So like CEOs, or like even like your boss or your boss's boss, those are the people that you need to talk to, get to know, and network with. Because through them, you're going to get so much, you're going to get better opportunities and a chance to like grow and change and to move up. So Sagittarius, that has been your reading. I think this was pretty coherent, pretty to the point, and quite frankly, a wonderful and great reading. And if you think so too, Sagittarius, please leave a like on this video and comment down below. I love reading comments. I read them all and I heart them all maybe 2 or 3 of them that I get. But also, the most important thing, Sagittarius, is if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Like it costs nothing. It's just the press of a button, and it helps my channel out a lot. So I want to thank you so much for your time and your energy, and for Sagittarius sun, moon, or rising, whichever one you are. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for watching, and be blessed. Bye. If you are a Pisces sun, moon, or rising, then this reading is for you. All right, my icy Pisces. Let's see what we got for you guys. Right. Fair warning, I did pull out the cards. I did look at them, but I didn't do too much reading on them. So I'm not entirely sure what the message is, but we're going to work through it together, Pisces. We are. I remember this now, though. So, Pisces. The key of this reading, the crux, the central idea, what this is about is the regeneration card. And the regeneration card speaks of healing after maybe tough moments, or maybe just I keep seeing something about like maybe watering your life or watering a garden where there's like things are like withered and dead, like kind of breathing life into those situations or something like that. Let me get a even clearer definition from the book, because I didn't even bother to look, because I know what this card is. But rebirth, second chances, and new opportunities. Exactly. So this is definitely about like how a new chance could be awaiting for you, or this is a chance for you to make yourself over and make it anew. And that's what I was kind of getting from the regeneration card, the more rebirth aspect of it. It's what I've been feeling here, and the cards kind of support it. So let's get into them. The next card that I got for you is the planet Uranus. Now with Uranus coming out, Uranus is the oddball planet. Uranus is the planet of revolution, of change, of, how can I say this, of ingenuity and innovation. Uranus is here and is here to tell you that there might be a need for a drastic revolution or a drastic change in something. It's not in the form of Pluto, where sometimes Plutonian change can kind of be like, it could be more like spiritual, transcendental or something like that. It can be more of a symbolic change or transformation or death. Uranus is much more direct, much more concrete, much more mental. The transformation, the revolution that Uranus is putting to is something that's either within your mind, because we have a ton of cards here relating to your mind, Pisces. This could be like maybe having a new idea or a new idea of your life and your role in it, Pisces. Or it could just be about like a revolution of just the way that you live your life and how you're treated, of having a new chance or a rebirth, or a redo. But the card of Uranus here is to let me know that this is definitely a lot about a change in mentality, and that change in mentality that leads to a change in your life, of doing and being different. And that's what I got here. The next card that we have for you is Mercury. And what's funny is with Mercury coming out, I feel like Mercury and Uranus are like companions, because I feel like they almost represent the same thing. Wow, Uranus and Pluto, Uranus and Mercury. Uranus is like Mercury and Pluto energy mixed to me. But what I'm really getting here is that the Mercury card is here to tell you that, one, I think that trusting yourself and trusting your intuition is like the best thing that you can do right now. Not only is the planet Mercury known for being smart, being quick-witted, fast communications, learning and stuff like that, but Mercury himself, at least like in, I think Mercury should be Roman, but Roman and Greek traditions, Mercury is also one of the gods of the dead, not a god of the dead, but one of the people that ferry spirits from, life and death. There's something here about having a deeper aspect to you as a person, Pisces, and that might be a little bit more spiritual in nature. I don't know if you're watching this as a Pisces and you're like really a spiritual kind of person. Who knows? But I'm gonna assume that you are. There's something here about your intuition already giving you hints, already talking to you, already been guiding you through something. And it's about time that you start to listen and to trust in it. Like, I get the feeling, Pisces, is that now it's the time for you to start doing what you want to do. Start living life the way that you want to live it. Start doing things that are more intrinsic and natural to you, and not the things that you've been forced into with the domination card here. Sagittarius and Mars, this is about people that are forcing ideology, people that fight really hard for an ideal or a belief. And I think for you in particular, Pisces, is that this was something that's kind of been damaging to you, something that kind of pinned you down. It could be religious belief, it can be familial belief, it can be societal belief, something that many people hold in regard, or at least maybe one or two people in your life feel really strongly about, and they beat it into you, they drilled it into you, and it's just something that you've been indoctrinated into. Whatever it is, Pisces, I think that it's time for you to start rejecting those kind of things, rejecting what other people believe, rejecting what other people like kind of say, or rejecting what's normally upheld by society, by religion, and things of that nature. There's, for me, this feel like for some people, this might just be like an awakening moment for you. Maybe you're a Pisces that's interested in spirituality and tarot, and this could be like your introduction into it. You could come from a strong religious household or a family that don't really mess with this kind of stuff, but you're interested and you want to do it and you want to learn. I'm getting the feeling like it's pushing you into like actually exploring and to do more, to gather more knowledge and to have this immense revolution. Because like I said, Uranus is the oddball planet. Uranus is the weirdo. It's the one that's different from everyone else, from all the other planets. And that could be something that's very true for you, Pisces, something that you're being called into, being different from everyone else around you. You might be struggling to do so. You might be scared to do so because the people around you have such strong beliefs. They've been so influential in your life and shaping who you are. But there's something coming from you deeper within, from your spirit. Messages getting through to you that this isn't right. I need to reject this. I need to do my own thing, as Miles Morales said. I'm just getting that sense here. And now that I'm thinking about the Into the Spider-Verse, this could be a strong parallel between you. Everyone's trying to tell you something or tell you how you should believe, what you should believe, what's going on, what's facts, what's real, and trying to put you into a box and force you down a path. And it's up to you to just say, nah, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to be my own person. I'm going to write my own story. This is about you actually stepping into yourself a lot more, Pisces, being different than what everyone knows you as, but also blossoming into your true self. So let's get into your tarot cards here and see what we got. The first card that we have for you, Pisces, is the Page of Swords, Princess of Swords. The Page of Swords is someone young, witty, and communicative. Again, getting that Spider-Man Miles Morales thing. I don't know why I'm fixated on Miles Morales for your reading, but maybe it's something to do with you guys. I personally love Miles. But we're getting real deep into like your mental here, because the next card is the Five of Swords. And the suit of the swords is all about mental things, life lessons, communication. The swords not only is my favorite suit, but they tend to have a lot of negative or a lot of tough pills to swallow in them. The swords are the suit that really teaches you about life. And this is what I'm getting here. The Page of Swords here is here to let you know that you could be someone that's more witty, communicative, someone that, actually enjoys talking to people, but probably not like the most like adept at it. There's something here. Like, I don't know, Pisces, I don't know. Page of Swords is someone that's quick-witted, charming, a little bit on the sarcastic side. But on a deeper level, it's an expression or a willingness to learn. Like, even in this card in particular, this woman is bending the sword. And swords don't bend. This is you taking your mind and your knowledge and changing it. And changing it into something that's more of a reflection of you, because she's bending the sword towards herself and the light towards herself. I get the feeling that you're such a vibrant and beautiful person, Pisces, but that part of you might really be being stifled right now, or maybe oppressed in some sort of way, shape, or form. That more explorative, witty part of you that wants to go and learn a whole bunch of stuff, that part might really be stifled right here. And this could be because of a lot of arguments or the opinions of others with the Five of Swords here, depicting conflict, a conflict of ideals, a conflict of interest between you and a group of people or just you and everyone. The Five of Swords is the card of a battle, and the Five of Swords battle is much more bloody and more real than the Five of Wands battle, because hitting someone with little sticks is different than actually brandishing a sword, a real life weapon, and fighting with it. There's something here about, I feel the word cognitive dissonance coming to me, that who you are and what you want to be isn't matching up with your reality and what you know, Pisces. And this is causing big problems for you, which is why I feel like the regeneration card is like really key here. There's a lot that's been raised or a lot that's been unwatered, left barren. And this is your chance to breathe life into that stuff, to do it, to allow yourself to grow in a new direction, to have a second chance at life, to have a rebirth moment. This is what you're being pushed into. Because with the Magician in reverse, Pisces, this is you not living up to your potential. This is you not harnessing your true power and your true strengths, and you not being able to bring all that into harmony. The Magician is the master of the swords, the wands, the cups, and the pentacles. The Magician is the one that can bring all that together and draw on it as an infinite source of power. And with this being in reverse, Pisces, I get the feeling that this isn't something that you do or something that's as natural to you. I get the feeling that you've been stifled. If you're watching this as a Pisces, you've been stifled, oppressed, and kept from your true potential. And it's time for you to rebel, like Uranus, because Uranus is the planet of rebellion and revolution. This is a message of you having to buck tradition, buck the norms, buck what everyone has tried to force upon you or force you to believe or to do, Pisces, and you're really being called to do your own thing, to believe in yourself, to realize that you're much more capable than what you know. Your spirit's been telling you this. You've been feeling it in the air. And the energy is just going to keep going until it reaches a fever pitch, Pisces, till you can't take it anymore, and this change happens in a more controlled way or an explosive and sloppy way. It'll be up to you. But since you're watching this video now in Pisces, you can do this in a more controlled way. Really try to dig deep into who you are, listen to yourself, listen to your spirit, and know what it is that you really want to do and what you want to achieve, to what you want your legacy to be with the Ten of Pentacles here. When you leave this world, what do you want to leave behind? What kind of impression do you want to leave behind on the people that were around you, that knew you? This is so deep, Pisces, and I feel like this is a real 12th house reading. Like, what is it that you want to leave behind, Pisces? How do you want to be known and defined when people, once you pass and people are reflecting and remembering you, your children, your loved ones? How do you want to be known, Pisces? How do you want to be remembered? And I'm getting the feeling that the way that you want to be, that the way that you are right now is not the way that you want to be remembered. So really take this step and the changes that you need to be more true to who you are and that idealized version of yourself. So what I did was I asked for some advice for you, Pisces. And what's funny is that we have the Guru card, which is actually in a Pisces moon mansion. So you could be a Pisces moon. But this is the 27th moon mansion, and this one is situated in Pisces. The Guru card speaks of actually having strong intuition, strong spiritual knowledge, or like even just having an aptitude for it. And I really feel like, Pisces, spiritual healing or getting involved in spirituality or like even just giving your intuition room to speak and a little bit more of that belief system will do you a world of good. It's even coming up here in your advice card. The Guru card is all about either about like escape or inspiration. There's a situation that you're in that's you want to escape from, that you don't want to be in anymore. And the advice to escape and to not be in this situation anymore is to listen to yourself. Give your spirit room to talk to you, to speak to you, to guide you. because you know what you want, and you yourself know what you want the most. And if you don't know, spend some time with yourself, sit down, reflect with the Four of Swords that I looked over at. Reflect and think. You have time, Pisces. Whatever you've been told to or led to believe or forced to believe is doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be your truth, Pisces. You can change it, you can shift it, you can escape that reality. Right now, for you, Pisces in particular, fantasy and reality can be one and the same for you. But you have to have the willpower to seize it, to change it, and to shape your destiny and to shape your life. It's all up to you, Pisces. You can choose to, step into the second chance, this rebirth, this renewal, this new opportunity. You can choose to step into it yourself, or you can choose to kind of fall into it, and you can make this a horrible thing. But again, the choice is all up to you, Pisces. It's up to you and your level of courage, bravery, and your willingness to be a rebel and to shift your life. So if this reading resonated with you, Pisces, please leave a like, please, or a comment down below. I read all my comments and I love all of them, all 2 or 3 of them that I get. And to be quite serious, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. It goes a long way in helping me out. It's just a push of a button. And then that way you'll be able to see anytime I post new videos. But I want to thank you so much for your time and your energy, Pisces. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Be blessed. See ya. If you are an Aries sun, moon, or rising, then this reading is for you. So, fun fact, I am an Aries rising. So, I'm definitely very much interested and tapped into this reading, my fellow Arians. And just for you guys, since this is my channel, whenever signs or things that relate to me come up, I always show you guys extra love. So, we have extra cards in this deck. I mean, extra cards in this pile that no other pile have, but, don't tell them. So, for you, Aries, the unique thing that I did for you was I got a stronger sense of what this reading is about. We have To Be Fair and Message in a Bottle. To Be Fair speaks of the law of cause and effect, that what you put in is what you get. It speaks of the cycles of life, how we go from being to doing to experiencing, then back to being, and it's just a pendulum. You could feel like in this moment in your life right now, Aries, that nothing is happening, that, it's kind of stuck, still, or stagnant. But this is coming to let you know that things like this happen, that these kind of cycles in your life happen for a reason. Life isn't a non-stop action movie or, where things are constantly happening. There are plenty of what I call filler episodes in between them, where, it's just you hanging out, or 3-4 weeks, or maybe like, a month or two of you just going to work, coming home, and sleeping without much eventfulness. This card is here to tell you that is a natural cycle of life. Aries. It's not always going to be fun. It's not always going to be exciting. There's not always going to be something happening. And part of that is coming to accept that. But with the message in a bottle and just the way that this reading in particular is structured, Aries, I'm getting the feeling that something is about to change, though. There is about to be something for you. The message in the bottle speaks of oracles or signs, or it could be, signs and oracles or messages coming to you. But it's about you having to, 1, believe that you are receiving messages whenever you ask for them, that you, 2, are listening and know how to find signs and things like that when it happens to you, and that 3, you actually listen to it. The message in the bottle card is letting me know that you are, or maybe you will start seeing signs on where you should go or what's next or what's going to happen next for you, Aries. And if you've been practicing reading signs, deciphering symbols, paying attention to dreams, or little serendipitous moments, you'll be able to idealize and understand and realize what's happening. One thing about the message in the bottle card is it also speaks of something called a cladon, or an oracle given by someone innocently. Like maybe just a person passing you on the street and they say something that's so simple, but it's exactly what you needed to hear in the moment, and it unlocks something new in you. Whatever is going to happen to help propel you to move, to swing you into the next stage, is going to happen almost by accident, or like seemingly by accident. It's going to be something where you kind of just wake up one day and maybe you receive a call and someone's just calling you with an opportunity, like someone that you haven't even talked to in a while. All of a sudden they're calling you up like, oh hey, I was going through my contacts, I seen you, what's been going on, are you still doing such and such? Well, I have an opportunity here, maybe you can slide in your resume, yada yada yada. This is about something just happening kind of spontaneously for you, Aries, which is exciting, and I know we love that. But this is about you being able to even recognize the signs in the first place that things are changing or shifting or where they're supposed to be. Be more attentive to the signs that come into your life and do a better, and I was about to say do a better job, but be more diligent in making sure that you can decipher them when they happen and that you can recognize them when they do. Uh, I actually been doing a lot of self-reflection on myself and realizing that I've been getting a lot of guidance, a lot of stuff about the future that I just wasn't paying attention to, or that I just written off as nonsense. This is about really understand, well, at least in my life in particular, I've been coming to understand just how tapped in I am and just how close I am with divine energy. It's actually been honestly kind of crazy. And I don't know if you've been having like the same experiences, Aries, where you know something that happened like maybe a month ago, something that was said to you in passing, or maybe an idea that came out of nowhere that you just written off, maybe a couple months down the line, like, oh shit, it actually happened. This is about recognizing those kind of things as they happen in your life, Aries, and knowing that things are deeper than what you think. The next card that we have for you is Mercurius, Mercury. Mercury is actually the ruler of my sun's sign, which is Gemini. So it's funny that this is here. So with Mercury coming out in this reading, this is definitely about the need to move around, your wit, your intellect, your want to just like either be all over the place, or that your need for excitement and change. I think with Mercury coming out here and the cards that you have here, I think you're receiving communication, or you're going to be that you one. Let me slow this down, because there's a twofold message that just came to me. That one, you've been receiving communication from spirit, or Father, the universe, whatever you know him as, or even if you just call him or her, whatever. There's something here about you already being in contact with it, already getting communication. Because aside from being, the smart one, the fast one, Mercury was also the messenger of the gods, the one that gave messages to the people, that helped shepherd spirits from one plane of existence to the next. And that's also something. Well, let me not get into it because you guys aren't Geminis, but it's something that's very, very particular here about messages. You've been getting them. You've been receiving them. Like you've been getting them, and you probably just got one today. And there's also, I feel, a thing about a phone call. Maybe you getting news through a phone call or a text message or a FaceTime, or even a text or like a letter or something, or email, where you're going to receive something in that way that's actually going to help propel you to the next steps or help step you forward. And this Mercury card here, I'm just hearing gab, 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 yap, yap, yap. You get talked to a lot in the spiritual realm, Aries. And like I said, just for me personally, and what I was talking about, I get a lot of revelation, a lot of advice, and a lot of guidance that I just simply write off. Like I'm like, okay, I'm tripping. And me being a spiritual person, I should know better and I should be doing better. And I'll take those steps to do better in the future. But just realizing that there's a lot more communication coming your way than what you think from the spiritual realm. And in regards to the situation, something is going to be communicated with you to help shift and move things along, or to even bring things in balance if you felt like they haven't been. Things are going to change for you, Aries, and it's going to happen like literally like out of nowhere. Like literally out of nowhere is what I'm getting. In regards to the situation, Aries, you might also receive information from a family member with, again, Mercury and Cancer. Mercury and Cancer is actually, again, one of my placements. So it's funny that this is here. We got my Aries rising and my Cancer, my Mercury in the fourth house. Mercury in the fourth house lends itself to people that are actually very intelligent. Mercury in the fourth house people can just pick up knowledge and stuff like that just from passively hearing it. They passively absorb knowledge. They're big readers. They're people who actually love their home. But when this card is drawn in a reading, it's just pointing to your intuition. Your intuition, Aries. What's happening here is that I think you're being pushed to like really listen to your intuition a lot more, to trust it, to slow down in certain situations, and to realize that maybe if life is slowing down, it's slowing down for a reason. You shouldn't be wondering, praying, and constantly asking, oh God, oh Father, oh Sophia, or whatever, whoever or whatever you pray to, or oh universe, why isn't anything happening? You receive plenty of communication on why things isn't happening, or what needs to happen, or what has to be done. You just have to act on it and believe it a lot more, Aries. The fourth house in Cancer, and this card in particular, also shows that you might be getting whatever this call that's coming from. It might come from a family member or someone that you think of like family. They might have something for you, or they might end up telling you something or presenting you with something. And when I seen this spread, I actually laughed because just today, and even just all yesterday, I was thinking a lot about my life and, how I want things to change, and, the things that I need to do to actually change, and just, and more so in regards to not only like my personal and love life, but also my career. Um, I was just doing a lot of deep introspection yesterday. And then come today, out of nowhere, my dad calls me. And then my stepmom gets on the phone and she tells me to slide her my resume so that she can help me out with, finding more gainful employment. And, you know, a sign came from communication over the phone and from a family member. And not only was this whole reading here a big confirmation for me, but I also feel like for you guys as well, or the Aries that's watching this, something similar might happen for you. So be patient and be on the lookout. We know that you want more out of life. We know that you want better, that you don't want to be in a situation where you're just living paycheck to paycheck. Be in a situation where you don't have barely any prospects in love, or just don't really like your prospects. These things will change in time and in divine timing, and that's just something that you have to come to understand, because there's a lot of energy here, Aries, with the South Node, of patterns of the past, of things trying to repeat in your life. But you get the guidance and the things that you need to move past that. From going from your South Node to your North Node. And I don't want to keep making this reading about me, so I'm not going to say what I just felt and what I got from it, because that applies more to me. But I get the feeling that this is more so about moving towards your destiny, Aries. You are making steps towards your destiny. If you have a strong ambition to like actually want to succeed in life, to want more out of it, to have just everything be so much better, two things. One, you can have it, and two, you just need to put forth the effort to get there. You don't get anything. Nothing in life comes for free. Nothing in life comes from people who don't put it forth the effort or the work. I've actually, no, I'm not going to go about myself again, but nothing comes to people who don't put in the work. And that's one thing that you really got to realize, Aries. If you want your life to change, you need to start being more intentional in the changes that you want to make. So going through your tarot cards, we have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles to me represents a new opportunity, maybe an opportunity for new gainful employment, like I mentioned, or even just like a new opportunity to experience or to do something new. Again, I think this is exactly what you've been craving, Aries. Something new, something different to enter into your life, and you're going to get it. Like, it's going to happen, and it's going to happen unexpectedly. The signs are going to all be there that, hey, something is happening, and then all of a sudden it's going to happen. So that's important to know. The next card is the Judgment card. And Judgment and the Ace of Pentacles kind of, to me, feels like a divine gift. I feel like for you, Aries in particular, the universe is going to look out and it's going to throw an oop your way. I'm calling it an oop. I need to stop using such black terms for these things. They're going to throw an opportunity or an assist your way. Aries, I really feel like, and just like my impression, my reading of this, because Judgment is one of my favorite Arcana cards. With Judgment and the Ace of Pentacles coming out, I really feel strong, heavily divine spiritual support behind you, Aries, and what you want. You just have to be able to move yourself and get yourself moving in a direction that you want to go. And I feel like some of you Aries are saying, but I do that. Like, but nothing is happening. Remember that this is like a collaboration. You may be ready to go and rev and run, but Spirit, Father, Universe, God, whatever, is saying that it's not time. When you both are like, when you're up here and then, Father's like, okay, yeah, now's the time, things are going to start progressing. But I really feel like a divine opportunity is going to come your way. I also feel like, Aries, for those of you who do have like a strong spiritual practice, you're like right now, you're reaching like a high point in your power. I think there's like the new moon that's coming up in Scorpio and stuff like that. And I know Scorpio moons because I am actually a Scorpio moon. But whenever the moon is like in Scorpio, like whether it's like new moon, full moon or something, or super moon in Scorpio, I always feel like the most powerful, or things happen on Scorpio moons, at least for me. And this is why did I bring that up? But yeah, this is just to say that your spiritual power is probably pretty heightened right now. You're more sensitive to that stuff right now, Aries. Then the next card that you guys have is the Hermit. The Hermit is all about searching within yourself and really being that light in yourself. With the Hermit here coming in next to Judgment and stuff like that, I feel like, one, this is letting you know, like, Spirit is with you, it's inside you. But on top of that, this is about, like, you. What have you been doing so far to, like, really make sure that you reach your goals? Have you been studying? Have you been keeping up on such and such? Or have you just been kind of withdrawn and locked away? I really didn't give too much thought to the Hermit card here. I just seen it. And the Hermit card isn't one that comes up in any of my readings that I do either for myself or other people. I do not see the Hermit often. And I think that fits the Hermit because, of course you're not going to see him often. But I think this is coming through and bringing a much more profound message than I can like kind of give at this time. But I feel like, Aries, that whatever is happening, it's within you. Like the things that you want to achieve, the things that you want in life, you can have it. It's just that, it just got to match up with divine timing. Like, these things are going to happen. Life is not a race. It's a journey. So I think that as long as you keep pushing forward, keep hoping, wishing, and manifesting the things that you want, when the time is right, those things will show up for you. And I think that's what you need to realize here, Aries, is that timing is more important than what you know. And then finally, at the end, we had the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords mark the end of a cycle. for me. It's usually a really dark card, but one thing about this Ten of Swords in particular, especially since it's at the bottom of the deck and just the nature of this message, this is pointing to me like the end of a cycle and the start of a new one. Again, Aries, I feel like things are going to start changing for you. Things are going to change, and it's going to happen like pretty much out of nowhere. And it'll kind of be like a skill check for you. Like, okay, have you been studying? Have you been putting in the work that you need to put in, Aries? Because the opportunity is here now. So what you going to do? How you going to act? I think, Aries, that the chance will come to see like what areas you need to improve in, where you can be a little bit more disciplined, or where you might need to put a little bit more work in. Because an opportunity is coming your way, and you need to be able to seize it and grab it. And if you can't, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's not. It's going to hurt. It's going to sting. It's going to suck. But there's always going to be a new day and a new opportunity. It's going to be the time for you to go back to the drawing board, and to not repeat the past, to actually study, to actually put in the effort to the things that you want. If once this opportunity comes and you flub it, and worst comes to worst, it'll come around again, or a different opportunity will come around. But you need to make sure that you're listening to your intuition, that you're keyed into that, and that you're putting forth the work that you're getting guided to do. So finally, for a bit of advice that we got for you, Aries, we got it in the form of the Scepter card. Now, this is the 14th moon mansion, where is Saturn in Virgo and Venus and Libra conjunct each other. The Scepter card speaks of actually wanting a higher position, of actually wanting I dropped it. Actually wanting a position, or something of recognition, of gain, of status. Some of you, a lot of you Aries, might really be ambitious. I know I have my ambitions. I don't want to live like this. I don't. I really, really don't. But the fact of the matter is that the Scepter card is here to tell you that things won't change without some effort on your part. If you want your life to change, you need to put in the work. Spirit's behind you. God is with you. You just gotta pull your part and do your part and pull your weight, Aries. And that's exactly what the Scepter card says. You want recognition, you want that thing, you can have it. But you need to be working for it. It doesn't come for free, it doesn't come without effort, and it doesn't come without work. So if you want a better life, if you want an improvement, if you want to move on and have new opportunities and have better things in your life, Aries, you need to work. You gotta work, bitch. Okay? You gotta work. So, Aries, that's your reading. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. Please like the video if you watched it so far, especially if you watched this reading so far and it resonated. Leave a comment down below, because I love comments. I love reading them, and I respond to every single one. And most importantly, Aries, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, okay? Subscribe. It costs nothing. It's just the press of a button, and it helps me out immensely. So, I want to thank you so much for your time and your energy, Aries, and for allowing me to read for you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and be blessed. Bye.